My name is Kayla Rubis, and I'm a registered psychologist. So I'm actually registered in both Alberta and British Columbia. I'm residing in British Columbia, so that means that I'm only offering virtual for Alberta. I have quite a few virtual clients from the past, and I'm looking forward to getting to know some new people. So I'm trained in DBT, or dialectical behavioral therapy. I'm also trained in EMDR, and my practice is also informed by attachment theory, a lot of attachment theory work. Borderline, life transitions, and ADHD, I would say, are my favorites. And then, of course, any therapist works with anxiety and depression, because that's important too. Yeah. I don't actually have social media. However, when I did, before I deleted it, when all we saw on my social media were things about psychology, puppy videos, and things about space science, because I am obsessed with space science, as a fun fact about me, and also anything related to nature. That's it. Few things that I often recommend to clients. So there's a, what is it called? It's a core belief hierarchy created by Counselling, Kiessling, I believe, that you can actually Google online, that I find that I refer clients to a lot. I also often refer clients to a website called Trauma Solutions on attachment therapy, which is really fascinating. So, and it's just got really great information on there. I love it. I often talk to clients also about, there's a couple of books, like there's a book called The Alchemist, which I think most people have heard of, by Paulo Coelho. There's also poetry by Khalil Gibran called The Prophet, which has some really great information about what it means to exist as a human. That can be really, really validating. The last thing that I can think of right now that I often refer clients to is there is a poem called The Invitation by Oriah Mountain Dreamer, which is actually an Indigenous name that was given to her because of the work that she did with the community. I don't believe she was born Indigenous. And it's a fascinating poem. For example, there's one part of the poem, I'm not going to quote it exactly, but it says something like, "Can you sit with yourself and truly enjoy the company you keep in the quiet moments?" And so this is a little bit of the work we do, right? We're talking about existing as a human in a very hard world, in a way to settle into ourselves despite what we've been through this lifetime. And I sometimes refer to the book Man's Search for Meaning as well. So those are the kind of the big ones, I would say. A common myth, common therapy myth that I would love to debunk is that you have to come with a problem. So, for example, oftentimes a really good therapy session, two things can happen. One is that if somebody comes feeling really good, it's often the deepest work that we do that day because their nervous system can actually handle it. So that is wonderful. The other thing is that being in a therapy session with a therapist is sometimes just a place to process someone's life, like to process your life, and a safe space to have a secure attachment with someone, because I'm going to show up every single time, no matter what. And not a lot of people have that. So sometimes a really good therapy session is actually just sitting in safety in the room. One of my greatest honors is actually to hold space for men, like to hold a safe space for men, especially for men to have a space to cry, because that's not allowed anywhere else in the world. So that, I would say, is one of my greatest honors as a therapist, is to hold a safe space for men to let go.